decorated players in these starting fives. Carson Edwards, top scorer in the Big Ten. Nojal Eastern, the defensive player of the year. DeAndre Hunter and Kyle Guy, first team all ACC. We are ready to tip it. This Elite Eight matchup. Ron Gruber, Tony Padilla, Bo Borowski, our three officials. Lee Cassell standing by, and away we go. Purdue controls the tap of the introductions and try to get into what you normally do.
Try to do the little things. If you can shoot, shoot just like that, baby.
From Carmel, Indiana. Mamadi Diakite, no whistle, and the jump hook is good. Eifert took the flop, wasn't rewarded. And Virginia, their first points on the board. We are 500 miles from Charlottesville here in Louisville. We are 200 miles from West Lafayette and about a 2.5-hour drive. And there's Matt Harms at 7 foot 3 inches. He is a beast.
A Purdue fan.
Ty Jerome, steady with the ball. Excellent score as well. Ty Jerome coming off 13 points on Thursday in their victory against Oregon. All but 12 minutes the starters played. And there's Edwards for three. Klein and Edwards already with 3 balls in. Virginia won with just 53 points against Oregon. And again, it's Diakite gets loose inside. Well, he is really emerging, Chris.
The time, I'm sure, as the game progresses, coach is going to make sure that he gets over there on the help defense to stop that pass to the cutter.
Edwards again. He's got another one. Kyle Guy, Indiana native, knocks it down. This is going to be a 3-point and the father and son legacy of the Bennetts. In the corner, coming out of the timeout. Not there. Rebound ripped down by Hunter and Diakite. Two-handed jam. Eastern. Nothing there. Shot clock down to 4. Klein. He is a tough shot maker, this guy. Brian Klein. But it works. Inside, DeAndre Hunter strong to the basket. He's on the wooden watch list. Leon Williams, who's got a lot of skill offensively. Comes up short. Wheeler back taps it. Hunter, the freshman, got it. College basketball this year. Edwards.
Purdue setting some great flare screens.
Here's Wheeler. And he rattles one home. Arriving.
Don't like some of the shots they've been getting, and when they're deliberate, taking their time, it's so hard to stop them.
Diakite working on Wheeler. A little shot flake and gets the friendly roll. Mamadi Diakite. Here's Edwards. And it's good. Another one is down. Set up by Klein.
And he touches it so much, but he goes, it gets in my face, that's what I have to do. So Coach Painter said, if you get 20 boards in a game, you can wear a headband. Otherwise, no.
Good answer there by Ty Jerome. He's been a workhorse. Shot clock down to 9. Virginia very comfortable in the late clock scenario. Jack Salt with the left hand. There's a guy who could be a key in this game. GNC losing yesterday. Gonzaga taken down by Texas Tech. 2 #1 seeds are out. Virginia and Duke, the lone #1s remain. Here's Jerome. And he buries a 3. Ty Jerome with a big hit.
How strong and just his leverage getting to the bucket.
Stops an 8-0 Virginia run. And DeAndre Hunter answers with a little mid-range of his own. Averaging 15.2 points per game in the regular season. He led Virginia scoring. Edwards for 3. Kihei Clark, he'll pull a 3. Gets his own. Clark gives it up. And Diakite with the layup. Great pass from Kihei Clark. Kyle Guy back on the floor. Retaped ankle. Here's Diakite. Turnaround. Air ball. And that'll take us to the end of the first half. Purdue by a point. Carson Edwards goes for 16. Virginia, 1984 Purdue. Jerome with Salt. Nothing there. Here's Guy. Gets up the first shot and hits a 3. And a good sign. Carson Edwards, you think he could just blow by guys?
Yeah, and actually he can, but on that time he lost his dribble, but size always helps, especially when you got a guy penetrating.
Here's Guy open again, and he's 2 for 2 in the second half.
Tell you what, Salt is doing a good job in there on Harden. They can't get the ball into him.
Here's Nojal Eastern, springs free, gets by Jerome, who's sitting there with 2 fouls. That's the first points by a Purdue player other than Carson Edwards since the 9:46 mark of the first half. That one is going to go, and a foul as Jerome, a chance at a 3-point play. Kite, no, and it's Harms. Ball's on the floor. Here comes Eastern. 3-on-2. Eastern, little crossover, and the layup is good. Nojal Eastern, one of the premier defenders in the Big Ten. Guy for 3, and another one is true. Kyle Guy, first team All-ACC. Salt against Harms, big bodies going at it, and Harms scores the basket with the left hand. Purdue beating Old Dominion in round 1, took down Villanova in a 16-point win in the second round, and then over Tennessee in the Sweet 16. There's a putback by DeAndre Hunter against the Boilermakers.
Let's see if Purdue right now moves Edwards off the ball or in the pick and roll to get him a little action. He has to get going.
Edwards for 3, buries one over Hunter. Jerome for 3, and an answer for Ty Jerome.
That was a deal about that, but you never shoot the gap on a shooter when you have 2 screens coming. He gave back the 3, he just knocked down.
Edwards, a long-range 3. How about it? Ankle wrap. He's been hot to start this half. Diakite with Wheeler on him. Diakite, no, Salt, the putback.
His man, Salt, just to come in. When you have your teammate having the offense in good position. Speaking of good position, Edwards, anytime he has the rock on a live dribble behind the 3-point line, is in good position because he's a threat to drive it or knock it down from Curry land.
He's made 25 threes in this tournament. That is a record for the first 4 games in NCAA tournament history. Guy for the answer. Oh, come on now. What a game. The shots are falling as Kyle Guy delivers.
9 offensive rebounds for 11 points for Virginia. They got to get some work inside. Williams, he has a nice jump hook over the left shoulder.
Trevion Williams working on Salt, gets the bounce. They go right to him. This is the man you were calling for during that last window. Will initiate the offense. Edwards playing with 3 fouls. Trying to get by Hunter. Cannot. Step back. 2 is good. A long 2 for Edwards. 7 threes up top for Salt. Too short. Williams denied it. Eric Hunter Jr. on the attack. Goes right at Jerome and scores the layup. And look at Wheeler just spring-loaded into the hands of Clark, though. Another chance here for Virginia. Jerome sets up Guy. That's his spot in the corner. And Guy hits another one. What a beautiful setup by Ty Jerome. Put that pass right in the pocket. Here's Edwards for the answer. Oh, you know it. Carson Edwards again. He's got 30 on the board.
In on Salt along with Klein.
A 3 to tie. And Williams goes to work. Boy, that is silky smooth right there. The freshman Trevion Williams.
He's telling his team, we got 7 minutes to do this.
1-point game, Virginia in the lead. Jerome for 3, yes sir! Virginia by 4 as we approach the 6-minute mark. Trip to the Final Four to the winner. Hunter rises up, misses, and the putback by Kyle Guy.
Have to go away from him. He's being denied. Right now is when Purdue needs to stick with what works for them. Either head Edwards, Klein, or go inside.
Edwards for 3. Yes! He's buried another.
Or the offensive anchor. Let's see if he get back in the pick and roll. Give Edwards some.
And Edwards drives, and the scoop is in. Or just when you get comfortable behind the arc. Edwards on the attack. Edwards short. And there's Eastern. And Purdue is on top. I bet it was.
Yeah, but this is only 4 games.
This is the 4th game.
Wow.
for Purdue, and he's already at 27. It's Virginia ball to have an answer. Oh, what a basket by Kyle Guy.
Be ready to slip the pick and roll right away and have their hands ready to catch.
Here's Edwards for the lead. Oh, and hit the window! Call that glass! Purdue on top by 2 as Edwards buries his 10th three.
ATM is open 24 hours. You don't have to go to the bank anymore. He doesn't have to call that. That's good, but now you have to lock down and watch for Guy, who's roaming the baseline with Jerome.
What a game. Trip to the Final Four. Here's Guy. Comes up short. And it's Guy who gets his own. And did he step on the baseline? He did.
Who trailed him baseline to follow that call like a defender. Great call.
And no review either. Confident in the call. They play on. Purdue with the basketball. Down 2.
Watch for the slip on the pick and roll. Of course, Edwards wants it, but if he wants to be smart, he needs to let them get it to the big guy off the double team.
Could be the game right here. Here's Edwards for 3. Short. Offensive board. Brady Eifert. Shot clock is off. They got a foul. And Klein will go to the line.
Long with Hunter inside, gets the biggest rebound of the game.
Ryan Klein to make it a 2-possession game. North Carolina, #1 seed, lost. Gonzaga, top seed, lost. Virginia on the ropes, but they got a chance here. Down 3. Shot clock off.
Coach is telling Harden to foul. He's telling Eastern to foul. Shot for a miss.
Two-point game. Jerome, short, back tap, Diakite, a race for it, into the hands of Clark, got a chance to win it here, up the front, here's Diakite for the win, and goes! For the tie, Diakite squares it at 70. 2 teams trying to make it to the Final Four for the first time since the 80s. Klein has been very quiet tonight, made a couple of threes early, has just 7. Arms working on Diakite with the right-handed jump hook that time. That's his offhand. Down to 5. Jerome's got to go. Jerome splits it. Jerome up high off the window. He scores! What a bucket by Ty Jerome.
Hunter in the game. Let's see if Purdue can get it inside. But the defense of Virginia, this is when they usually make a stand.
Edwards picked up his dribble. Gets it right back. Now Edwards on the take. Edwards gets in the lane, and Edwards scores! Purdue is on top!
Hard to make a defensive stand when that man Edwards has the ball. But you still have to watch out for Jerome and Guy, and again, the rebounding of Diakite and Hunter inside on the offensive board.
Hunter goes to work on Eifert, powers his way in. What a bucket by DeAndre Hunter! And Virginia now in the lead.
Right before the game take place.
3-point shooters all around Matt Harms as Edwards is on the dribble with Clark right with him. Diakite there. Game clock down to 11 to 10. Edwards, step back, 3 is up, no good. And it's pulled down by Guy. They got it. Three-point Virginia lead is Kyle Guy.
Baseball pass to a big guy or Carson Edwards on the run.
Carson Edwards looking at the clock. And a bad pass. And it's turned over with 1.8 remaining. It was Clark's rundown. And the subsequent pass to Diakite to tie it. And that's it. Virginia advancing to the Final Four for the first time since 1984.